Hey, what is up everybody? It's Cheyenne again. If you're new here, if you can't tell right now, I'm sick, but this week we're gonna do something a little different. It's gonna be really serious. So this past weekend, this Saturday actually, I was in a car accident. I had two people in the car with me. We left the party. I wasn't drunk or anything. We left the party to go get more stuff, have fun at the party with. It was about midnight. Basically, it was at the time it was snowing. Basically, when the accident happened, I was coming out of a neighborhood I was unfamiliar with. I was going, I think, a little bit faster than I should have for the weather and the area I was in, and what happened was I missed the stop sign because the guy that came around this turn on this interstate type thing, like interstate highway kind of thing, I think he had his brights on because he couldn't see because it was really late and there was not really anybody in front of him. What happened was I missed the stop sign and the passenger car with me, he's like, oh my god, like there's a stop sign here, like you need to stop and like slow down. And I slammed on the brakes. I was like, okay, like oh my god, like I just ran a stop sign. Before I knew it, the guy who hit me, he was going at least 55, 60 miles an hour. He hit me on the driver's side. Like me, he didn't hit my door or anything. He hit the front tire of my car, and since I was going so slow, it only pushed me. So like if this is me, like he came and hit me like that, and so I ended up like this, and he kept going and then stopped up here. But he hit me so hard that the passenger side door didn't open all the way. All the interior stuff in the middle was like broken, like the console and stuff. No, like thankfully, like no airbags deployed. Like I was going slow enough to where they didn't deploy or anything. But in those few seconds, I think my heart stopped for like a second. It's like time froze. It was the scariest experience I've had in my life so far. I don't really believe in God, but that night there was somebody somewhere like watching out for me, because if I had stopped any later than I did, or I don't even know, but he would have directly hit the driver's side door and I would have been in the hospital, and I would not be sitting here to make this video for you guys tonight. It was the scariest experience of my life, and it's still very difficult to talk about. I make jokes about it, like, oh yeah, like, yeah, it's just a car, I'm still here, I'm a terrible driver, like, oh, funny stuff like that. But it's not really funny, very serious. I totaled a car and I'm only 16. Basically, after we hit each other, I had a little moment of like freaking out, like, oh my god, my parents are gonna kill me, they don't know where I am, like, I'm not supposed to be here. I had two guys in the car with me, and the guy in the back seat had bailed, and the other guy stuck around for like 5 minutes, and then I had friends at the party still, and I had drove them all up here from Catoctin or whatever. We had all drove up together. There's 6 of us in the car on the way up. Thankfully the accident didn't happen at that time, but basically they were all at the party except for the one guy, and he was in the passenger seat. But they were all at this party, and he said, I'm gonna go back and get them, I'll be back soon. Basically he never came back, and I'm getting calls from them like, oh my god, like, where are you? Like, this guy's back, like, he has all the stuff you guys were gonna go buy, he's back. He said, you got in a car accident, like, are you okay, where are you? Like, since I'm a minor, they were gonna call me an ambulance because in the accident, I slammed my head on the steering wheel. Thankfully, I didn't hit hard enough to have a concussion. But basically, in the end, both cars were totaled. All of the other guys' airbags deployed. I regret that whole weekend. Parties are never worth lying about your parents and like lying about where you are and not telling your parents where you're at, because it's such a serious thing. Like, so many things can go wrong. But if you're ever thinking about going out and like doing stuff, like, please just make sure your parents know where you are going or who you're with, because my parents had no idea where I was, and that made it like a whole lot, like my punishment a whole lot worse than it would have been. It was a bit of a serious video this week, so next week I'll have something better for you guys. Hopefully I'll be better by then. Have a great week. See you guys next Friday. I love you. Stay safe. So like, share, comment, subscribe. But yeah, see you guys next week.